Give me a second. How is everybody? I already have one like. Okay, I'm like, I got ghost likes going on. I have to find, there it is. So today we are going to be discussing the Species Survival Plan. And these are very important, and we're going to talk about what they are, and what they do, and go with that. There's a lot to this, even though it may be a shorter live, there is quite a bit to this. If this live, if I were to print out the, don't know. So it's probably, I don't know. I don't know how long we're going to end up with. Hello, Carol. Let's get into it. So the Species Survival Plan is something you may have heard about, you may not have heard about, I don't know. But they work with a species population within their interest and the cooperation of AZA accredited zoos and aquariums. So that is one of the things that they do. So they have that going on, right? Because obviously that is very, very important. All of the AZA zoos work together to sort of work with the animals and breeding. So it is very, very, very important. That I don't know. I think it's based on, I think it's something that they discuss with the bigwigs, and then figure out from there how to do it. There are some things that I think I've mentioned before, that we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah. I don't know if all the animals in the zoos have a SSP, but I can look that up. The survival species plans works with sustainability of the species within the AZA community. So that is something that they also do. That's very, very important. Is they work with the animals that are in their care. Through the SSP, the animals are able, well, the zoo is able to meet goals on behalf of the animals. I'm not necessarily hiding behind it, but this is an example of an animal. The Mexican wolf and the red wolf are both examples of animals that would have an SSP. Another example would be Bengal tigers. Hold on, I am answering a question. So there's several species that are actually covered. And they do make goals for the animals. So within the AZA, there are almost 3 100 species survival plan programs in effect. Based on goals that they set, there is a breeding and transfer plan list, which is sort of interesting. And this lists the individual specimens within the species, and it also lists their sexes and their bloodlines. Now, why would that information be useful? Why would you want to know the history of an animal based on their bloodline? Why would you want to know the sexes? And that's because if you're going to transfer an animal to another zoo, you don't want their companion to be, or their future mate to be a relative. You want to try and keep that genetic diversity as high as you can get it. And if they do get with a family member, there's issues. So they do use that information to decide who breeds with who and which animals get sent to which zoos. Exactly. And that has happened with some very serious issues stemming from that. It's okay. So they use this information to decide who breeds with who and which animal gets to which zoo. I've already talked about that. They also make use of stud books. I know that sounds really bad. The first time I heard it, I thought, what? But each species has a stud book, and it's more like a family tree. This contains a stud book, contains old births, old deaths, old transfers, that happen within that species. So anytime that a Bengal tiger gives birth, anytime that a Bengal tiger dies, anytime that a transfer occurs from one zoo to another, it is recorded inside that stud book. Now, the stud books are maintained by a keeper within different zoos, different AZA zoos across the nation. And again, these books are used to maintain breeding recommendations, and they can also use these books to enhance the genetic diversity of the species. Oh, that's probably not a good thing. What is going on? Oh, I'm watching the live. That's why it says there's 2 people. Let's turn that off. Carol, you asked a question. Let's see if I can answer it. Okay, so in order to have an SSP programs, those species are identified based on documented demand and potential sustainability within the AZA community. They develop a plan based on the populations in the zoos and an action plan that identifies goals, scientific investigations, and conservation initiatives. I might have. I didn't mean to, but I might have. Wait, I X'd out, so there shouldn't be anybody still in. I don't know. Does that answer your question though? Did you get all of that? So they breed. One thing they do is they breed to maintain the animals within the AZA. That way they don't have to take from the wild to supply Brookfield Zoo with lions or tigers. Well, they don't know. I don't even know if they have tigers. But you get the idea. Plus, sometimes they develop these plans for animals that are going to be released back into the wild. That way, like I said, they also look at conservation needs. So maybe the Mexican wolf, which I believe is endangered, needs to be put back into the wild. They will make up a plan. They will figure out which other zoos have them, and they will set up a breeding program. So maybe Prince over at the Brookfield Zoo needs a female. They will look through that stud book and find a female that is not related and send her to that zoo for breeding purposes. They would go through a process that would rewild them. That's not quite the word I was looking for, but sort of rehabilitate them for the wild. And they wouldn't take an adult and do that with. They would use babies and raise them up in a situation where they're being taught to be wild, if that makes sense. We're only 12 minutes into this, and I am already, like, beside myself. Because, yeah. Hello, people I can't see. Did I answer all of your questions? Okay, I think so. Yeah, it would not work out too well if they reintroduced an animal into the wild and it had no idea how to do it. They actually have been reintroducing the lion tamarins into the wild with pretty good results. Yeah, they would, and that would not be a good thing. So I was working on scripts for next week. I have to finish the scripts today so I can film tomorrow. And I have to film the shorts tomorrow. So if you have been wondering where the shorts are at for this channel, I've been tired when I get home from my brother's house. You're lucky you're getting videos. But videos are being posted and they are coming out. But I have noticed a definite difference in stats not having the shorts posted. So any other questions on the SSPs? So I don't have Josh, and I don't have I don't have Josh, and I don't have predecessor. SSP is Species Survival Plan. Next Tuesday, we will be doing... Oh, well, Eric already told me he wouldn't be here tonight, or may not be here tonight. Next Tuesday, we are doing conservation programs. I don't know what that's going to look like. We will be doing a learn to care. Believe it is orangutan. It'll have a slightly new twist to it. I'm trying to space those out just a little bit. Oh. And we are up to 580 for subscribers. Or at least we were. Do. Of course, it's set on the wrong channel. No, it's AZA conservation programs. Yes, we are up to 580. Last live got 35 views. I sort of expected that to be higher. Oh well. Oh my gosh. We need more people in here. I'm sure I could give you way more information than what I did. By the way, there is a group that decides on the species survival plans, and those are done by a taxon advisory group, and they are the ones who basically examine the conservation needs for the entire species and develops recommendations for population management and conservation based upon the needs of the species and those of the institutions. So the zoos and the aquariums. Success, they consider success when they are able to provide a healthy, genetically diverse population. Success is achieved when the SSP managed animals are available to meet program goals and the animals come from biologically sound populations as a result of a shared community. I don't think so. I think it's pretty much, this is the plan, this is the group that handles it, and wham bam, here is the plan. And yes, every single animal that belongs to a certain species is listed in the stud book. So it doesn't matter if it's American bison, lowland gorillas, or if it's, I don't know, chimpanzees. Now, they also have a scientific advisory group. And they enhance the animal care and management strategies and augments the conservation initiatives by expanding their scientific reach and initiatives. So they sort of set up long-term conservation that goes into global biodiversity. They also have a fund that is designed to hold and distribute money to support projects initiated and coordinated by an animal program. So they do a bunch of stuff to help the animals. Sorry. And so if you ever hear of an animal that is being transferred to Brookfield Zoo, that usually means breeding program, by the way. Hello, new people who have come in. I hope you're having a fantastic week. I get to teach Saturday or Sunday. It is my turn. I am so excited. Trying to get a little bit more in tune with what I'm doing. So there's a lot of different things that go into all of these different groups. But I thought it would be cool to give you guys a little background into zoos, so that you understood how they go about some of the stuff that they do. I do know that the person that handles the stud books is usually a keeper. I'm sure that within the zoo, some of those people have risen up through the ranks. Sometimes the keepers do go out into the field. So you're not just an idle watcher. They do get out there. If there's breeding being done so the animals can be released into the wild, the zoo gets involved in the releases. Yeah. I would say that sometimes they might be stuck in an office, but for the most part, I think it's hands-on. Based on what I've seen. I don't know why I've been yawning so much. Probably because I haven't had my nap today. Where is everybody? I know I always ask that, but really, come on. I am sorry, but man. you can go in. A lot of the information that I have been using in this come from the AZA website. I don't know if oh, you can actually download PowerPoints. So there are a lot of resources on the AZA website. So if you're curious about something, go check them out, see what they have to offer. You have nothing to lose except maybe space on your computer. So I may go through some of their training that they have just to see, just to learn, because that's why we're here, right? We're here to learn. You know, it's funny. Teaching is sort of something my mom has always said I've been blessed with. And look what I'm doing. I'm teaching. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's very they do some uh some bits and pieces of that. Like when it looked like we were going to lose the California condor, the zoos in California, mainly the Los Angeles and the San Diego zoo, rounded up the condors, and they actually do the breeding program for them, and then they release them into the wild. And I don't know right offhand the numbers that have been all of that out, and then I promptly erased it. There were 22 California condors when they captured them. I make it sound so bad. The San Diego Zoo, by the way, was the first place to actually breed California condors. And all of our condors that have been released are now descended from only 14 birds. I'm not sure that's really good diversity, but I guess we have to do what we have to do. Yeah, it would have been. In 1992, they released their first zoo hatched condors back into California. Most of their animals, most of the, I can look it up. Some of the things that we've been doing as far as the SAFE is saving animals from extinction. And it is a thing within the accredited zoos. It is a framework that protects threatened species, builds on established recovery plans and history of commitment, prioritizes collaborations among AZA member institutions, implements strategic conservation and stakeholder engagement activities, measures and reports conservation progress. And some of the species that we've been focusing on for the Learn to Care comes from SAFE. So there is that. And we will continue to look at different things based on the animals in SAFE. So things like the sunflower star, Mexican wolf, sloth bear, maned wolf, Cuban crocodile, the chinchilla, believe it or not, Cape punted African painted dogs, Asian hornbills, flamingos, American turtles, tree kangaroo, monarch butterflies, Indian bear, warblers or songbirds. And we will be doing native songbirds eventually. So there's a lot of different animals that they use in SAFE, and we will be talking about some of that and some of the programs that involve them as we go through our learn to care lives. It's been a slow night. I thought for sure that we would be more, we would do more with this, but maybe not. We're only 36 minutes in. But just to give you an example, yeah, they actually provide a lot of information. If you were to click on black rhino under safe species, well, it brings up everybody though. So through the Safe Black Rhino, the AZA community is helping to reduce demand for rhino horn and raise money to support black rhino habitat conservation, the two greatest threats to this species. And then they list the group leader, and you can sort of view a lot of different the Cuban crocodile, for example. They're working to preserve the Cuban crocodile through conservation breeding, research, field work, and education outreach initiatives within Cuba and abroad. Through this program's collaborative efforts, AZA facilities can continue to contribute to conservation of this unique crocodilian and its habitats. The program was established in July of 22, and the program leader is Lauren Augustine of the Philadelphia Zoo. So very, very cool. The Wildlife Trafficking Alliance, I think I'm actually signed up for that, but they do have a lot of stuff in there. And again, we've discussed some of those things on it. I really like the not a pet. Oh, I can't reach that. Yeah, there it goes. It's very much a kid-friendly thing. Or at least it looks very kid. It looks very kid-friendly. So there's that. The AZA does do a lot of good. And I believe they will continue to do good. There are some skeptics, some things that sometimes make me raise my eyebrows a little bit, but I tend not to believe a lot of what I hear because I don't have proof. So there's that. Hello, new people coming in. Today we have been discussing the species survival plans via the AZA. Carol, I'm going to step out long enough to grab a drink because I'm thirsty. So I will be back. I'd say talks amongst yourselves, but you don't have anybody to talk with. I will be back. I should have had some tea. Sorry for being gone, but I am back. I'm having my cranberry juice. I'm sorry. So yeah, the AZA website is really, really cool. I also really, really like the fact that I can go into San Diego Zoo. Actually, what is all of that? Some of the different zoos. What the heck? Some of the zoos also have cameras. And the zoo actually has cameras that you can watch the animals. They have one for koalas, the baboons, the polar bear. They have one for the orangutans, the hippos, the penguins. There's a platypus cam, a tiger cam. They have a burrowing owl cam, condor cam, red panda cam, an elephant cam, and a panda cam. And I am going to watch the platypuses. Now, the problem is sometimes they refresh, but that's okay. I saw one. And by the way, the San Diego Zoo is the only place that you can see the platypuses. I only see one. Let's see what's happening at the burrowing owls. Oh. Absolutely nothing. They have you have to go San Diego Zoo and then click on, I think it's wildlife. Yeah, click on from the front screen, you'll see San Diego Zoo, visit, special experiences, things to do, wildlife, and you click down to where it says like live camera and you click on live cameras. Oh, you look like a baby. Yeah, you're a baby. Oh, it must be feeding time. That looked like a feed me. Sometimes they even have some of the cameras are also available 24 hours. Did you find them, Carol? Man. Okay. I guess you just have to hope and lots of hoping that you're actually going to be able to see something. Looks like there's 2 hippos. On the camera. Presently. So the hippos are visible. Nothing in the giraffe camera. Koala cam? Oh, oh. What are you doing? Apparently, the koala cam moves around. I don't like it. So there's that feature, which is pretty cool. So you have to play around sometimes with the different zoos, what they have and what they don't have. Some of the larger zoos have more interesting websites. Wow, that went fast. Last time I checked, we were... Okay, that is really loud. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, so you can definitely look around, enjoy some of the programs that they have. I think the National Zoo also has cameras. If I remember right. Yes, they do. And they have panda, black-footed ferret, lion cam, naked mole rat cam, and elephant cam. The Houston Zoo also has cameras. It's okay. At the Houston Zoo, you can watch the giraffes, the elephant yard, the rhinos, and the gorilla habitat. So I think a lot of it, it's the same animals over and over again. At the Oakland Zoo, you can view the grizzly bears, giraffes, the sun bears, elephant cam, black bear cam, mountain lion cub cam, and they also have condors. So again, you can look at their beautiful condors. Oh, so they have no live condors at this time, but they do take in condors. So apparently they have that. Ooh, I love their sun bear exhibit. But I don't see anybody. Don't know if Brookfield has cameras. You can watch the gorillas at Bronx Zoo, the silverleaf langurs, the lemurs in the spiny forest, the lion pool, the sharks at the New York Aquarium. They also have a virtual encounters. The El Paso Zoo has some. Yeah. Let's see. Giraffe, meerkats, sea lions, orangutan, penguins. Red panda, spider monkey, river otter. Zoo Miami. Bald eagle nest, meerkats, flamingo cam, and a osprey cam. They may not. Not every zoo does. I am watching a adult, by the sound of it, feeding a chick. Osprey. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. I will see you Sunday, if you're interested, at 6 p.m. on the other channel. I think I'm discussing why. No, wait. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a surprise. So come and find out what I'm doing. Anyway, I will talk to you peeps later. Carol, have a good evening. I will give you a call here in a second. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.